You know, one of my fondest memories about being a kid was getting out of school on Friday and knowing that you had the whole weekend ahead of you. And like I said already, when I was a kid, the only things that mattered to me were video games and television. But looking back, it's kind of sad to see that most of the shows I grew up on just aren't around anymore. And I know you can find some on YouTube or try to track some down on VHS or DVD, but the point is, nothing can beat waking up early on Saturday morning just so you can catch a majority of your favorite shows.
Anyway, one show in particular that I remember is DuckTales. Now, granted I wasn't alive when it was in its glory days, I was still able to catch numerous episodes on Toon Disney when I was still in elementary school. Yeah, speaking of which, anyone remember Toon Disney? Never mind. DuckTales, like many other classic shows, is a show that I can still remember to this date. And let's not forget that catchy theme song that will forever be burned into our conscious minds. But that's besides the point. Anyway, we all remember DuckTales for its great characters, witty humor, and for having a spirit of adventure that didn't mind that it was being fueled by greed. But that's why we loved it.
So with a show like DuckTales, you'd expect a great game, right? Well, right. I'm not gonna lie here, this is one of my favorite games on the NES. That's right, a great licensed game on NES. That also happens to be based on a cartoon series. Now I'm sure we know that out of all the licensed games on NES, only about a third of them are actually worth playing. But you gotta trust me on this one. DuckTales, the game, like the show it's based on, still manages to hold up pretty damn well. Let's take a look.
The instant you turn on your NES, you get an alright title screen and an awesome 8-bit rendition of that awesome theme song. Man, it's so catchy. Anyway, as you start the game, you have a choice of 5 stages you can play in the order of your choosing. The stages we have here are the Amazon Jungle, Transylvania, the Himalayas, the African Mines, and my favorite level, the Moon. Now the story for the game is that Scrooge is still questioning his title as the world's richest duck, so he decides that he's going to travel the world and hunt for treasure on every continent he comes across. So while the story isn't all that spectacular, the game's unique action, platforming, and musical score are without a doubt some of the best to ever grace the NES. The game consists of exploring each stage to its fullest and collecting diamonds, rubies, and other goodies, and fighting a boss at the end of each stage. Now, I want to talk about the game's stages because they are so brilliantly designed and they are very fun to play through. Each level offers a sort of Metroid style of exploration. You see, each stage in the game is open to exploration for you to find more money, hit points, or some extra lives. Yes, you can go straight to the boss if you want to, but that's not the point. The game wants you to explore and take pride in finding hidden areas that you couldn't get to before. Oh, there's also multiple endings based on how much treasure you've collected by the end of the game. So be sure to look everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Now right from the beginning, you have 2 ways to attack your enemies. You can use your cane as a pogo stick and bounce on them, or you can use your cane as a golf club and swing stuff at them. But you won't need to rely too much on Scrooge's golf swing, so you're just going to need to worry about the pogo jumping. To pogo jump, you have to jump with A, push down on the D-pad, and hold B. Getting used to this is required, but you should be good at it after a few stages. Now the game's controls are very tight and responsive, but like I said, it will take some time to master Scrooge's pogo jumping. Now the music for this game is famous amongst all retro gamers. All the tracks from this game are really good. Well, let's be honest, the Moon theme is the one we all can't live without. It's just so beautiful and memorable. And the fact that we still remember it to this day and that there's countless covers and remixes of this one song just says a lot about how much this game's music affected us. As far as difficulty goes, this isn't a very hard game. If anything, it's actually pretty easy to play. You start off the game with 3 continues and 3 hit points. And as you explore each stage, you can find some additional hit points and a few more free guys. The only thing that replenishes your health in this game is food, like ice cream cones and cakes. Now this isn't like Castlevania where you have to struggle to find some health. In DuckTales, food is always plentiful, so if you're low on HP, Try opening up some chests or jumping in midair to find some health. Now throughout the game, you'll run into some familiar faces like Launchpad, Webby, Mrs. Beagley, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, but they don't really do much other than offer you some tips. But Launchpad does give you a hand in the Amazon and offers to fly you back to Duckburg with the money you've collected so far. Mrs. Beagley gives you some food in the mines, and Gizmo Dog blows up the entrance to the moon's boss for you. So while I don't have huge roles in this game, it's cool enough just having them here. Now I'd say that the only problem I have with this game is that there's virtually no post-hit damage invincibility, and this can be a problem when you need to pass through an enemy that's blocking your way, or when you're trying to take down an enemy. Now this doesn't break the game by any means, but it can be annoying if you're trying to get every treasure chest and hidden item and there's somebody in your way. In conclusion, I still think that this game, like the show it's based on, still holds up. There are just too many awesome qualities to name, and I could probably go on for hours about how great this game is. But the only way you can truly appreciate this 8-bit masterpiece is by tracking on a cartridge or buying an emulator. But you should know how I feel about emulators by now. Anyway, most cartridges go for about 12 to 20 bucks online or at any retro gaming store. But trust me, it's more than worth your hard-earned cash.
Well, thanks for joining me at another look back at my childhood. I always have something that comes up or something that challenges me on different levels. But when I was a kid, all I cared about was, when's it gonna be Friday? When am I gonna run a game? And when's my mom gonna order pizza again? Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna try to relive the good old days. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.